In every age, there are men who rise with clean hands and honest hearts. They speak softly, they wait, they forgive. And yet many of them fall. Their fall is not sudden. It comes slowly, quietly, almost politely. The people do not rebel at once. The rivals do not strike at first. The danger grows in silence. This is the great confusion of power. That goodness appears safe. That restraint feels wise. That mercy seems strong. But power does not live by appearance. It lives by belief. And belief is fragile. I have watched courts where rulers spoke only truth, yet were lied to. I have seen leaders who spared enemies, only to be buried by them. I have observed men who waited for justice, while injustice learned to move faster. Niccolò Machiavelli was such a watcher, not a preacher, not a dreamer, but a careful observer of how men truly behave when crowns are at stake. He did not ask how leaders should act. He asked how power survives. He saw that many rulers were not destroyed by cruelty. They were destroyed by restraint, by hesitation, by the need to appear good, silence when spoken too late, mercy when given too openly, patience when fear was required. This is not a tale of evil men. It is a tale of gentle ones. 6 truths stand behind their failure, each uncomfortable, each quiet, each deadly. Let us begin with the first. Lesson 1. The leader who waits to be just is always late. A good leader believes in fairness. He listens to both sides. He waits for proof. He delays action until his conscience is calm. He tells himself this is wisdom. But power does not wait. Machiavelli observed that delay is not neutral. It always favors someone, and that someone is rarely the ruler. Why good leaders fail here? A leader who waits believes time is loyal. But time has no loyalty. It moves toward the bold. While the good ruler waits for certainty, others act with intent. While he gathers words, others gather strength. While he seeks fairness, others shape fear. Justice delayed does not remain justice. It becomes permission. Those below begin to wonder. Those above begin to plan. Those beside begin to test. Soon, restraint is no longer seen as virtue. It is seen as weakness. There was once a city with a ruler known for his fairness. He judged disputes slowly, with care. He believed haste led to error. One night, a rumor spread that enemies were near. Some guards asked to close the gates early. The ruler refused. No action without proof, he said. To close the gates is to accuse without certainty. The gates remained open. The enemies did not attack that night. They watched. They learned the rhythm of the guards. They measured the ruler's caution. They returned later, not with rumors, but with certainty. When the gates finally closed, it was too late. Not because the ruler was unjust, but because he was slow. People do not fear fairness. They fear decisiveness. A ruler who waits teaches others that pressure works, that delay can be forced, that threats need only be patient. Machiavelli saw this clearly. Men respect strength before they respect justice, not because they love cruelty, but because strength removes doubt. When doubt lives in a ruler, it spreads like smoke. How restraint weakens authority. Restraint shows the ruler is still deciding, still weighing, still unsure. Authority requires the opposite. Not noise, not rage, but certainty. When a ruler hesitates publicly, he invites private ambition. Others begin to act for him or against him. Both are dangerous. Act before doubt becomes visible. Decide before hesitation is noticed. Justice can be slow. Power cannot. Machiavelli would say this is not cruelty, it is preservation. A ruler who survives can later be fair. A fallen ruler can do nothing. Justice belongs to those who remain standing. To be seen as moral is costly. It demands explanation, defense, delay. But power does not reward explanation. It rewards clarity. A leader must choose to be understood or to be obeyed. Those who chase both often lose both. The first failure of good leaders is not wickedness. It is waiting. They wait to be certain. They wait to be kind. They wait to be right. And while they wait, power moves on without them. But restraint is only the first mistake. The next truth has undone rulers who believed mercy alone could bind loyalty. Lesson 2. Mercy given too freely is remembered as permission. A good leader believes mercy creates loyalty. He believes forgiveness softens hearts. He believes kindness will be returned in kind. This belief feels noble. It feels clean. It feels safe. But Machiavelli, watching men closely, saw a darker pattern. Mercy does not bind all men. For many, it loosens restraint. Why good leaders fail here. A leader who forgives once is praised. A leader who forgives often is tested. A leader who forgives always is ruled. Mercy, when predictable, loses its meaning. It no longer feels like grace. It feels like habit. And habits can be used. Those who break rules begin to calculate. Those who challenge authority grow curious. Those who envy power grow bold. They no longer ask, "What will happen if I cross him?" They ask, "How much will he forgive?" This question is fatal. There was a ruler known for mercy. When officers failed, he corrected them gently. When rivals spoke against him, he pardoned them publicly. When traitors begged, he spared them. The people admired him. But something quiet changed. An officer broke the law. He was forgiven. Another followed. He was forgiven too. Soon, laws became suggestions. Punishment became theater. Authority became decoration. One day, a rebel was caught. The ruler forgave him. As always, the rebel bowed deeply and said, "You are kind, and because you are kind, I will try again." The ruler had broken many men, but he had never broken defiance. Men do not measure mercy by intent. They measure it by cost. If mercy costs nothing, it means nothing. Machiavelli understood that fear and love are not equals. Love is soft. Fear is sharp. Love depends on memory. Fear depends on consequence. Memory fades. Consequence does not. A leader who relies on mercy relies on the goodness of others. But power cannot depend on hope. How moral display weakens authority. Public mercy is a display. It tells the world, "I am good." But it also tells the world, "I hesitate to harm." Those who wish to rise hear this clearly. They see mercy not as strength, but as reluctance. And reluctance invites pressure. Soon, every punishment is questioned. Every order is debated. Every command requires explanation. Authority dissolves into conversation. Forgiveness feels final to the giver, but to the receiver, it feels open. They think, "If I am forgiven once, I may be forgiven again." They do not feel gratitude forever. They feel opportunity. Machiavelli saw that mercy must be rare to be powerful, like medicine, used sparingly, with precision. Too much heals nothing. It only weakens the body. Be merciful once, so it is remembered. Be firm afterward, so it is respected. Punish not in anger, but without apology. Do not explain mercy. Do not announce forgiveness as virtue. Let mercy feel like a gift. Let punishment feel inevitable. A ruler who never punishes teaches others how far they may go. A ruler who punishes calmly teaches where the edge lies. To be loved by all is to be owned by all. Every group will demand kindness. Every fault will expect pardon. Soon the ruler no longer leads. He manages feelings. Power does not survive this. Machiavelli would remind us, men respect what they cannot bend. Mercy bends easily. The second failure of good leaders is excess kindness. They believe mercy builds loyalty, but loyalty built on mercy alone collapses under temptation. Mercy must have a shadow. Forgiveness must have a limit. Without this, authority becomes soft, and soft power invites hard hands. But mercy is not the most dangerous illusion. The next truth destroys leaders who speak too much, explain too often, and reveal what should remain unseen. Lesson 3. The leader who explains himself loses his mystery. A good leader believes honesty builds trust. He explains his choices. He shares his reasons. He opens his thoughts so others may understand him. This feels right. It feels clean. It feels fair. But Machiavelli, watching power closely, learned a quiet truth. Authority weakens the moment it feels familiar. Why good leaders fail here? When a leader explains himself, he lowers the distance between command and obedience. He steps down from the high place and enters discussion. At first, people listen with respect. Then they listen with judgment. Then they listen with calculation. Explanation invites opinion. Opinion invites debate. Debate invites resistance. Soon, orders no longer feel final. They feel negotiable. A leader who speaks too much teaches others that power requires permission. There was once a judge who ruled behind a veil. His judgments were swift. His words were few. The people obeyed him without question. One day, he removed the veil. "I wish to be known," he said. "I wish you to see my fairness." He began explaining each judgment, why he ruled this way, why he chose that penalty. At first, the people praised his wisdom. Then they argued with his reasons. Then they judged his judgments. Soon, every ruling was met with voices. The veil was gone, and with it, fear. The judge had gained understanding, but lost authority. Men do not follow clarity, they follow certainty. Certainty does not need explanation. It creates silence. Machiavelli observed that mystery protects power, not because leaders are gods, but because distance prevents familiarity. Familiarity invites disrespect. When people know how a ruler thinks, they learn how to move him, how to delay him, how to pressure him. Silence hides intent. Speech reveals weakness. How moral transparency weakens authority. A leader who displays his morals invites challenge. Others begin to test those morals. They say, "You believe this, so you cannot do that. You value mercy, so you must spare me. You seek fairness, so you must hear me again." The ruler becomes trapped by his own words. Machiavelli knew this trap well. Once spoken, values become chains. Silence keeps them flexible. A ruler should be known by outcomes, not reasons. To be understood is to be predictable. To be predictable is to be managed. Rivals do not fear a ruler they understand. They study him. They wait for the moment his words contradict his needs. They force him to choose between appearance and survival. And if he chooses survival, they call him false. If he chooses appearance, they destroy him. Either way, speech has armed his enemies. Speak less than expected. Explain only what is necessary. Let actions carry meaning. When questioned, answer briefly. When challenged, respond with decision. Machiavelli would advise this not out of deceit, but out of preservation. Power must remain slightly unreadable. Not cruel, not distant, but firm. Silence does not confuse people. It focuses them. Trust gained through words is fragile. Trust gained through consistency endures. A ruler who talks seeks belief. A ruler who acts creates it. Those who speak often must defend themselves often. Those who remain quiet are assumed strong. Authority lives in what is not said. The third failure of good leaders is excessive honesty. They reveal their thoughts. They defend their choices. They explain their hearts. And slowly, they give away the one thing power requires most: mystery. But silence alone cannot save a ruler. The next truth concerns patience, and how waiting too long teaches others that time is on their side. Lesson 4. The leader who waits for loyalty discovers it too late. A good leader believes loyalty grows with time. He believes service will be returned with devotion. He believes patience will be rewarded. So he waits. He waits for gratitude to appear. He waits for bonds to deepen. He waits for others to choose him freely. Machiavelli watched many rulers wait like this. Most of them did not wait long enough to be saved. They waited long enough to be replaced. Why good leaders fail here. Loyalty does not rise on its own. It is shaped, directed, secured. A ruler who waits for loyalty assumes others share his patience. They do not. Men serve while it benefits them. They stay while it is safe. They leave when advantage shifts. A leader who waits to be chosen teaches others that choice exists. And where choice exists, loyalty is weak. There was a ruler who trusted long service. He rewarded men slowly, believing true loyalty was proven by time. Let them serve first, he said. Then I will know their hearts. But other powers watched. They offered quicker reward, clear favor, immediate protection. The ruler's men did not hate him. They simply drifted. When danger came, the banner was raised, but few stood beneath it. The ruler looked around in surprise. I gave them years, he said. Years are not chains, they are roads. Men do not attach themselves to kindness, they attach themselves to security. Machiavelli understood this well. Loyalty is not born from waiting, it is born from dependence. When a man's future is tied to a ruler's survival, his loyalty becomes real. When his future remains open, his loyalty remains temporary. Time alone creates comfort, not devotion. How restraint weakens authority. A restrained leader hesitates to bind others too tightly. He fears appearing controlling. He fears being unfair. So he allows freedom. But freedom inside power creates distance, and distance invites exit. Those closest to power must feel its weight, not cruelty, not fear alone, but necessity. Machiavelli saw that loose bonds snap easily. Tight bonds endure storms. Many rulers believe loyalty must be deserved, so they delay reward, delay trust, delay closeness. But loyalty does not wait to be earned. It moves toward certainty. Others step in and offer what the ruler withholds. And once loyalty shifts, it rarely returns. A leader who waits politely is often overtaken quietly. Bind loyalty early, not with excess gifts, but with clear attachment. Let service feel connected to survival. Let reward feel linked to obedience. Let distance feel dangerous. Machiavelli would say this is not manipulation. It is structure. Power without structure leaks. A ruler should never ask, will they choose me? He should ensure there is no safer choice. Voluntary loyalty feels pure, but purity does not protect crowns. Those who demand nothing are given nothing. Those who require commitment receive it. A ruler who waits to be loved stands alone when love fades. The fourth failure of good leaders is patience with loyalty. They wait for devotion to appear. They trust time to bind hearts. But loyalty is not grown. It is fastened, and when it is not fastened early, it unfastens itself later. Yet even loyalty cannot save a ruler who fears decisive action. The next truth reveals how hesitation in moments of conflict invites challenge and teaches others exactly when to strike. Lesson 5. The leader who hesitates in conflict teaches others when to strike. A good leader avoids conflict. He believes peace is strength. He believes restraint prevents bloodshed. He believes time will soften opposition. So when tension rises, he slows his hand. When challenge appears, he seeks calm. When danger nears, he waits. Machiavelli watched many rulers choose this path. He saw where it led, not to peace, but to instruction. Why good leaders fail here? Conflict is a moment, not a condition. It does not remain still. It sharpens or fades. A leader who hesitates during conflict teaches others something vital, the moment he is unsure. Opponents learn his rhythm. They see how far they may press. They discover the exact point where his courage pauses. From that moment on, conflict returns again and again, not because the ruler is cruel, but because he is predictable. There was a ruler whose shield had never been tested. When enemies approached, they struck lightly. He raised the shield and waited. They struck again, still lightly. The ruler thought, they do not wish to fight, so he waited longer. Then one day, they struck hard. The shield cracked at the place already tested. The ruler fell not from the first blow, but from every paused response before it. Men push until they meet resistance. If resistance is delayed, they push harder next time. Machiavelli understood that conflict clarifies hierarchy. The one who acts first sets the shape of the struggle. Hesitation hands that privilege to the opponent. Once others learn a ruler delays in conflict, they provoke deliberately. They force decision on their terms. Peace built on hesitation is temporary. Challenge built on knowledge is permanent. How restraint weakens authority. A restrained leader fears escalation, so he de-escalates publicly. He seeks calm words. He delays force. But public restraint signals private fear. Others do not hear wisdom. They hear caution. And caution tells them, this is the moment to advance. Machiavelli saw that decisive action ends conflict early. Hesitation extends it. The longer conflict breathes, the stronger it grows. Good leaders want to be seen as reasonable. They want history to remember their patience. But power does not remember intentions. It remembers outcomes. When a ruler hesitates, he must later act with greater force to regain control. This force then appears sudden, unjust, cruel. Thus, restraint does not prevent violence. It postpones it and increases its cost. Act firmly at the first clear sign of threat, not loudly, not angrily, but completely. Let one response settle the matter. Do not allow conflict to return for instruction. Machiavelli would say this protects peace, because unresolved conflict never rests. A ruler should end struggle early, or prepare to lose slowly. Every ruler faces a moment he wishes to avoid, a choice that feels harsh, a decision that feels heavy. Those who step through it survive. Those who delay are surrounded by it. Hesitation teaches enemies where the door is unlocked. The fifth failure of good leaders is delay in conflict. They believe restraint prevents challenge, but it invites rehearsal. Once others learn when a ruler hesitates, they return stronger, sharper, and unafraid. Yet even decisive action cannot save a ruler who seeks approval instead of authority. The final truth reveals how the need to be seen as good becomes the most dangerous weakness of all. Lesson 6. The leader who needs to be seen as good is already controlled. This is the final failure, and the most dangerous. A good leader wishes to be seen as good, not only to act rightly, but to appear righteous in the eyes of others. He measures his actions by how they will be judged. He listens for approval. He fears reputation more than consequence. Machiavelli saw that this desire ends more reigns than cruelty ever did. Because the moment a ruler needs approval, he no longer commands power, he negotiates with it. Why good leaders fail here? The wish to be seen as good places the ruler beneath his audience. Every decision becomes a performance. Every action becomes defensive. Every silence feels dangerous. The ruler begins to ask, how will this look? Instead of, what must be done? Others learn this quickly. They do not confront his strength, they confront his image. They accuse, they provoke, they force him to explain himself. And once a ruler is explaining, he is no longer ruling. There was a ruler who polished his crown daily. He wanted it bright so all could admire it. When storms came, he stayed indoors. The crown remained clean. When enemies gathered, he delayed response. The crown must not be stained. One day, the crown was taken from him. It was still shining. He kept his image, but lost his power. A crown is not worn to be admired. It is worn to command. Men test those who seek approval. They pressure them with judgment. They threaten them with shame. Machiavelli understood this deeply. Reputation is a weapon held by others. If a ruler fears losing it, he can be guided, cornered, and controlled. But a ruler who does not chase virtue publicly cannot be threatened with its loss. Silence denies leverage. How moral display destroys authority. Public morality becomes a promise, and every promise creates obligation. Once a ruler declares himself gentle, others demand gentleness. Once he declares fairness, others trap him in procedure. Once he declares mercy, others hide behind it. Machiavelli knew this trap well. Virtue displayed too loudly becomes a cage. Power requires freedom of action. Moral display removes it. Good leaders believe goodness protects them. They believe reputation is armor. But reputation does not stop blades. It does not prevent betrayal. It does not command obedience. Only authority does. And authority cannot survive constant judgment. Those who seek to appear good must ask permission from opinion. Those who rule do not ask. Do not announce virtue. Let actions speak without explanation. Be moral privately. Be decisive publicly. Let others debate your goodness. Do not join them. Machiavelli would say this is not corruption. It is realism. A ruler exists to hold power steady, not to be admired. Goodness that survives is quiet. It does not ask to be seen. A ruler who needs to be loved is ruled by love. A ruler who needs approval is ruled by fear. Only the ruler who needs nothing commands freely. This is the final truth. Not that goodness is wrong, but that goodness, when displayed, becomes weakness. Power does not ask to be understood. It does not beg to be judged kindly. It simply remains. Machiavelli did not teach cruelty. He taught survival. He did not hate virtue. He feared illusion. The greatest danger to leadership is not evil intent, but visible innocence. Good leaders fail not because they are wrong, but because the world they rule is not gentle. Those who endure learn this quietly. They act without spectacle. They punish without anger. They speak without confession. And they remain standing, long after kinder men have fallen. Power is not maintained by how pure it appears, but by how firmly it holds. History does not remember intentions. It remembers who remained. The ruler who survives is later called wise. The ruler who falls is called good. And no title is more useless than goodness without a throne. This is why Machiavelli endures, not because he denied morality, but because he understood reality. In the end, leadership is not a sermon, it is a position. And only those willing to bear its weight are allowed to keep it. If this video sparked a new way of thinking for you, take a second to show your support by hitting the like button. If you're interested in ideas that question the obvious and push beyond surface-level truth, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. And if this message feels like something someone in your life should hear right now, pass it along to them. These conversations grow when they're shared, and the more minds involved, the sharper the truth becomes.